Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Sugar and Sprinkle. On this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make Hopyang Munggo. And if you want the recipe on this video, please check the description box below. So the first thing we need to do is we are gonna cook our filling. So I have peeled munggo in here that I bought my Asian store. And now you're gonna soak it, but rinse it first like 3 times, and then you're gonna soak it in the water for at least 1 hour. But I soaked mine overnight, and then after that you're gonna drain the water that you soaked and replace it with another 2 cups of water. And then we're gonna cook this in a pot over medium-high heat. Once your water start boiling, make sure you keep your eye on it because there's a chance for it to overflow, like what happened to mine. So once the munggo gets softened, turn the heat off and we are gonna puree the munggo into the blender. So to the blender, add in the softened munggo and then add in the condensed milk. Again, the measurement will be in the description box below. So you're gonna puree this until you get the fine texture. Just like this. And then put it back to the pot that you used earlier. And then you're gonna cook this over medium-low heat, stirring constantly and scraping the bottom at the same time. So now add in the granulated sugar and the butter. And you're gonna cook this until the mixture is thick enough, just like a soft paste texture. And then turn the heat off and let this cool down completely. And then we're gonna start making our first dough. So to the first dough, combine the flour, granulated sugar, and the salt. And then add in half of the shortening. And using your hand, just mix it in. You can add the lard all at once as well, but I just find this going half and half is easier to mix. Is well combined to the flour, add in the water and just mix it in again until the mixtures form into a dough. Then shape it into a ball and set it aside, and let's work on dough number 2. So for the dough number 2, just combine the flour and the lard. And then just mix it in until the mixtures look like the wet sand. So here I have a parchment paper where I'm gonna roll my dough number 1. And you're gonna roll this into 1/4 inch thick. So here I have a piece of paper towel that I wetted with water and just put it at the bottom of the parchment paper. This way the parchment paper will stay in place while you're rolling out your dough. So now sprinkle or spread all the dough number 2 that you make earlier in the top of dough number 1. Just spread it really good. And once it's all spread in, start pressing it to dough number 1. Here I'm just using an offset spatula. You can use a spoon or you can just use your hand too. And then start rolling it into a log. And then you're gonna chill this at the fridge for about 20 minutes. So after chilling it for 20 minutes, you're gonna take it out and start dividing the hopia dough. I cut mine about a 1/4 inch thick. You can go bigger. You can make it into 1/2 inch thick if you want. So now we're gonna start shaping our hopia. Here I have a piece of plastic wrap. This is where I'm gonna roll out my hopia dough. So to seal the hopia, just gather all the edges together and then just seal it by pressing all the sides together. And with a cookie cutter, just put it inside the cookie cutter and start pressing it so that you will have all the same sizes. Now, if you don't have a cookie cutter, that's okay. You don't have to. Just seal the hopia dough and then just kind of form it into a circle. So now you're gonna bake this into the oven, preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit. But before baking, brush it with egg wash. This is egg yolks diluted in a tablespoon of water. So you're gonna bake this for about 20 minutes and then take it out from the oven, and then you're gonna flip the hopya, so that way you will have a nice golden brown both sides. And then you're gonna bake it again for another 10 to 15 minutes until the hopya is golden brown. So our hopya is now done cooking, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it has a nice golden brown from top and the bottom. And this is what the inside looks like. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye. Take care.